Peace to all of the divine primordial deities. Now, if you are not privy to this information, I suggest just keep it scrolling. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not here for the dead, I am only here for the awakened. If it resonates, let it marinate. If it don't apply, let it fly. Now let's get deep. This is metaphysics and esoteric knowledge. Now let's get into it. Genesis is talking about the genes of Isis that can only be passed down through the melanated woman. Genesis took place in the pleroma, what the Bible calls heaven. Follow. Planet 9 is Planet X, Sirius X, that is Xylanthia, the mother planet. After the fall, we fell to a lesser, denser version of Xylanthia, Mother Earth, which is the matrix, which means ma, and in Latin, matrix means mother, which is the womb. Planet X and Nibiru is two different things. Nibiru is not a planet, it is land beyond the ice wall. And the reason why they can't find Planet X is because you're on it. That's Xylanthia, that's Earth, where the X chromosome comes from, which is Mother Earth, which once upon a time used to be a plane of nothing but women, the matriarch. Now planets are planes of existence. Technically, planets don't exist. I'll get back with y'all on that. We are technically on Sirius X, and our central sun is the dog star, Sirius. It is the spiritual sun behind our physical sun. It is the black dot, the black hole, and the celestial egg. It is the origin of all physical and spiritual creation. The Garden of Eden is Xylanthia, and it is all around you. Heaven is everywhere. It is a realm that is in this dimension, and we are separated by frequency, energy, and vibration. The Garden of Eden is Xylanthia, and in this garden, it was nothing but women. No man. We had both the divine feminine and the masculine. We were considered one. It was after the fall, we gave birth to duality, and that is how we was able to create y'all outside of ourselves. The matrix was created by the matriarch. That's why everything here is feminine. Now before I get ahead of myself, let me backtrack. In the Bible, where God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep and split him open, that was symbolically talking about the splitting of an atom. See, Adam was never in the garden. The splitting of that atom was the beginning of Isis, who the Bible calls Eve, coming into existence. She is the primordial seed, Anu, which is autumn in Egypt mythology. Autumn is Atum, the self-created God. She is feminine, and 9 compose creation itself. And the first is the high God of the system, Isis. She is the beginning of the 9 ether gods. It is a total of 9 divinities. The great E9 was a group of deities in Egypt mythology that was created by the high God. None of these gods technically existed. They are all aspects of one God. You. Let me break it down. The high God, Anu, Amun-Ra, is the hidden one. That is the black dot, that is the soul, Ra, which is the creator and the sustainer of all life. Shu, air and ether. Tefnut is moisture. Geb is earth. Nut is heaven. Asar is soul. Aset is wisdom. Set is ego. Neblet is nature and mortality. The combination of these 9 gods creates a perfected divine being, and that is the cosmic human, Heru, melanated gods and goddesses. Now keep in mind the 5 elements, earth, air, fire, wind, and ether. Those are the E9 gods that help bring you into existence. We are the gods of the now. We are the high council. the 9 ether beings. Xylanthia is the home planet of the extraterrestrials that visited Earth and founded Atlantis. That's us. The history of our extraterrestrial home was preserved in the Egypt's mythology by associating our star home, Sirius, with the Great Mother, Isis. Let's get back to the garden. The lesser beings that was watching the garden wasn't technically gods. They were supposed to just be watching and guarding. That is it. And there's nothing divine about a watcher. It's given more so creep, because they're watching from afar. These lesser beings was predators, and they were preying on the matriarch. Follow me. This was a plane of nothing but beautiful, gorgeous, melanated goddesses, and they wanted a piece. These beings was watching from afar and saw these beautiful women and was preying on them, on how to get them. Now keep in mind, Genesis is a story of many, but I'm giving it to you guys in a different light and what the Spirit dropped on me. Let's continue. The serpent that beguiled Eve, let's talk about it. We are serpent beings, and there's disagreeables and there are agreeables. We all can shapeshift, we just lost the knowledge of it. Now let's continue. The serpent that beguiled Eve was a lesser being, your Anunnaki. The serpent that came to Eve beguiled her. And beguiled in Hebrew means to seduce. And the exchanging of the apple was the exchange of sex. We're talking alchemy here, the exchanging of energy between a high vibrational being and a low vibrational being. This was the forbidden fruit, because this was never supposed to happen. The serpent raped Eve. They violated her, and the serpent broke code. They was never supposed to have touched her. And this is how she knew she was naked. The serpent was able to shapeshift, and he deceived her. He was blew back by her beauty and her divinity, and he wanted a piece. So he violated her and used her womb and her mitochondrial genes to bring forth his demon seeds, which is your Cain and Abel, the twins, your canine people. You see, Eve was never cursed. She was punished. It was the serpent that was cursed. That's why the Bible said, on your belly you shall go, symbolically talking about a snake. But if you go further, we're talking about a worm here, a parasite. He was turned into a parasite. Entire bloodline became cursed, which is the bloodline of the reptilians, and the reptilians was the result of the curse. That's this book I got that stated that the Anunnaki didn't always look like reptilians. I'm like, well, what did they do? They broke code and violated the matriarch. It's what caused the matriarch to fall. She was violated by these lesser beings that was watching beyond the ice wall. And your canine people are hybrids, but they are a bloodline that is cursed. And we aren't supposed to mix with them. This is the war that we have been fighting since the beginning of time, and that has been between angels and demons. Let's continue. Now keep in mind, in the beginning, the masculine and the feminine were one. It was after the fall when we were able to create the masculine outside of ourselves, because duality came into existence. We created you to protect us. This is why many men are going through a lot these days, because they are not doing what they were created to do, and that is to protect the matriarch. Now, after the fall, the matriarch still had her power, and that's how she was able to create Seth through parthenogenesis. Seth is Set in Egypt mythology, which is the double god, which is Set and Heru, that's duality. They are Christ. If you go farther to Typhonian in the Draconian realm, that is the mother and the son. That is Set, that is Christ, that is you, melanated one. You are the first fruit. And Set, which is Seth, is the bloodline of the Messiah. Now keep this in mind, the fall had already occurred. The serpent was cursed. They weren't angels, they were demons. And they took these women and used their wombs to bring forth their demon seeds. They invaded the matriarch, which is a planet of nothing but women, which was Earth. We are the angelic seed, and it is the Anunnaki who came beyond the ice wall and created a hybrid race of demons by using our wombs to produce their seed.